Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Dear Penny, where ink makes you think and your thoughts cost more than a cent. I am Jana, and with me are my co-hosts Nicole and our special guest speaker, Julian. So before we start, a disclaimer. The views and opinions of the host and resource persons do not represent those of the organization and the university stakeholders. So let's see what we have for today. For our first episode, every February 14th, wow, medyo late na tayo, comes the long-awaited day for all of the lovers out there. Though it may alienate tons of single people or writers, they won't have to feel lonely during the season of love as Dear Penny presents its first episode about Valentines. Dear Penny would tackle the most relatable things about love, such as romantic fiction and our favorite romance tropes. So, for example, love triangles, romantic subplots, and even love interests. So, Writers Guild actually released a form, I believe, last month and gathered your thoughts, to which we are going to critique and elaborate upon with our special segment, Writers Guilt Corner, where WG members admit their literary sins. Spicy. So, we have, I think, 2 questions. And you guys gave your answers, which were all anonymous, I hope. So, for the first question, favorite romance trope. What is your favorite romance trope? A lot of you guys submitted, a lot of our members submitted so many things in detail or even just in one sentence. So for my co-host and guest speaker, are there any things here that you guys are familiar with? Maybe you find interesting to talk about?
Everything is familiar, di ba, Julia?
It's all familiar.
It's all familiar.
All too familiar.
Like this is, for example, the first one. Okay, I'm gonna highlight it. Like enemies or rivals to lover, angst, soulmate, AU, or slow burn. I like how people just literally place the AO3 tags for their submission. Literally the AO3 tags.
I think so writers,
they were decent enough to be like the tame tags at least.
Yeah. At least this one is very familiar. A lot of people actually did write enemies or rivals to lover. Yeah, a lot of people did.
The top 3 that we actually have.
What is it about enemies to rivals to lover that really digs the soul?
It's fun to watch how it plays out most of the time. Other times it's just confusing and frustrating, and
again, depends on execution.
What books or even fan fiction is out there that is top enemies, rivals to lover?
I mean, enemies to lovers is not just enemies to lovers. It's just, if you could complete this tag, it would be enemies to reluctant friends, to respected friends, to lovers. So it's not just, you can't go there. That's what makes it good, because you can see the foundations of it, because that relationship would be strong enough to withstand anything. And
like basically this the whole skeleton system of this trope is, it's not linear. It goes everywhere, anywhere, all at once before it arrives to the conclusion, question mark.
Dynamic, like gets mentioned. All I can think of is Zutara from The Last Airbender.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Like, it does make sense, but it kind of doesn't, because he did kind of, bring war to the
Fire Nation.
Yeah.
Yes.
The colonizers.
Basically caused trauma.
Fascist. I do remember hearing that they were going to make it canon, and then they just turned around on it at the end.
Because they thought that going for the main character, ex-main character thing would be the best, I guess. Okay, one last before we go to the second question. There's another one here. They really dug into this a lot. Soulmate trope. This is so cheesy, but I love the soulmate trope, especially more so if there's time travel or reincarnation mixed in with. The idea of them going through many tribulations and conflicts would show me how much they're willing to commit and choose each other even in the face of adversity. I actually don't believe in destiny or whatever the soulmate tropes relies on, but I believe in the faith that the couple has for each other, and I want to see how will that fate prevail. Whatever there is, something that threatens them to be separated or lose their love for the other. What a wholesome way to end this section.
Wow.
But yeah, I think a lot of writers really dig into the soulmate trope because they don't. Okay, for example,
It's-
Twilight, where Jacob is. I don't think it's soulmates, but it's more on. I forgot the term, but he ends up with Renesmee in the end. Another spoiler warning, sorry. But it's not
That came out in
soulmates.
like 2002.
You named my baby after the Loch Ness monster.
Loch Ness monster.
This trope reminds me of, especially reincarnation. It's in DC. It's Hawkman and Hawkgirl, like Shira and
yes.
Carter Hall.
Mm.
They actually explored it in the show. It's like a common thing for them until the writers of other comics decide to mess it up and put them with other people.
So we had a very fruitful discussion for the first one. There were a lot of great answers, and we got to actually dig and dissect a lot of them. Now here comes the, I guess we can say, fun part. Ito na yung exciting part. The question is, who would you date? I think this pertains to any like fictional or non-fictional character, but I think most of these are fictional or from movies. So first up, the guy with the perfect smolder but not the perfect nose. Flynn Rider from Tangled.
I understand.
Completely.
I also understand. I mean, have you seen the guy? Like, there's a lot of TikToks with people, like, they really like the, what do you call it? The Disney parks, Disneyland. The characters or like the people they hire as the live version or the live action version that goes around the park. My goodness. Disney has standards and they're willing to uphold those standards. But unfortunately for us, he has a perfect nose. In live, he has a perfect nose, not like in the movies. And I think next one is Landon Carter from A Walk to Remember. It's a film. And they mentioned that he's the epitome of a calming love. I love the way how he's consistent and how he made efforts just to win Jamie's heart. He's the best male lead up there. Do you guys know A Walk to Remember or have watched it?
Not familiar.
Probably not. It's one of those things.
That's fine. If I remember correctly, because when I searched this, I was like, why does this sound familiar? I think, well, yeah, this story has a trigger warning as well. Jamie, I think, was harboring a disease that was mentioned near the end of the film, or I think I can't really remember the details that conspired in this film, but I remember that she doesn't end up living the end of the film. But I get why. I think this okay, something that probably everyone has watched, The Fault in Our Stars. It's kind of like that. So I guess, yeah, I understand why they said that he's the best male lead out there, because he really did make an effort to be there for Jamie, as they said.
All
right.
Yeah, it's a tragic sort of. They kept loving them even if they knew what the end was going to be. Yeah,
What was that trope? Yeah, the I wish I met you at the right place and at the right time kind of thing. My goodness. All right, how about let's dig into the more spicier ones. A lot of people here have said people like personas or characters from animations or games. Here's one that we talked about earlier.
You can say Genshin, it's fine.
Genshin Impact. Oh my goodness. All right, let's dig in. Hear me out. All caps. Ito from Genshin Impact. I don't even play Genshin that often anymore, but I love this man so much. He's great with kids, passionate about what he does, and he's absolutely hilarious too. I find people who can make me laugh extremely attractive, and Ito genuinely wants the best for his gang. If we were in a relationship, I feel like he'd be the type of SO who also doubles as a bestie or partner in crime, and I absolutely love those kinds of relationships. Does anyone here play Genshin?
You're gonna go broke just from like having to pay his bail.
Oh yeah. That's
Hey, we're talking about personality here, not really practicality. Come on.
Oh, okay, that's fair. That's fair.
He has the gang to bail or probably just get him out of jail. Ito has the Traveler, I guess. The Traveler for that. But yeah, I do agree. When Ito's character design got leaked, I think a lot of people were expecting him to be this buff, manly dude who, like, what's his name? Wagner, the guy in
In Mondstadt?
Mondstadt. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then you're faced with this very himbo-like person that is actually very funny, childlike, that you can relate to, or like you just develop. It's inevitable to develop a soft spot for this man, like buff man, but with a very soft heart, especially for his friends, for his gang members. Like, yeah,
The green
I'm
flag
not
aura.
sure. Yeah. I was gonna say I'm not sure if that constitutes as a green flag, but Ito, very wholesome guy. There was another one here. I think we all know who submitted this. It's in the next page. We're gonna go for another person from Genshin Impact. Our favorite ginger child, Tartaglia,
I wouldn't say
Ajax.
favorite.
I see. Oh my goodness. Okay, I got to each their own, I guess. But this person says, "Child from Genshin Impact, please hear me out. All caps again." Did this person conspire with the other person when they submitted this? My friends judge me about this all the time, but he's so good with kids. Again, did he conspire when they wrote this? Because I think the person who mentioned Ito also mentioned this.
What if it's the same
Yeah.
person?
Probably. Conspiracy theory, anyone? He has a big heart. Yeah, he's bad, but would I really date a hero who'd give up the world and not someone who'd destroy the world to keep me safe?
See, that's
okay.
the thing.
We got it.
This is the guy who would tear up a city just for a good fight. That's the thing, though.
I mean, I guess if you don't care about anyone else but yourself, okay lang. Because
Go for it.
The thing is, child doesn't care about collateral damage. So
It's like dating a nuke.
Oh, that's a good way to say it. That's a good way to say it.
But you see the appeal.
And he's a ginger.
Is that a red flag?
Yes.
No.
Recessive genetics are red flag.
No. Okay, how about you guys? You can scroll through this responses from the forum. Do you
Bandit
guys
or chili healer from Bluey. Are they dogs?
Yeah.
actually don't know?
This is a kid show.
Bluey?
This is a kid show na I don't know. It blew
Oh,
up.
I see.
think I know. I understand, but they're
Bandit or chili healer.
dogs. That's the main. Somebody mentioned Tadashi from Big Hero 6.
I mean, yeah.
We all like people who are
Very, very hot.
yes, and also
Very
unalike.
hot. Very, very, very hot.
Understandable. I think there was that one point when Big Hero 6 was released and everyone is like, yes, Tadashi, yes.
Ashes to ashes.
Oh, hey!
Oh.
Hey!
No!
A bit too soon.
It's been years. I don't know how long, but it's been years.
Yeah, that's fair.
What else here?
Henry Cavill. I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I agree.
Introverted nerd like me. Also, he's smart and reads philosophy. He was a good, I guess, Sherlock Holmes. He was a good variant of Sherlock Holmes.
He was a very good Geralt.
Okay, I'm gonna fight anyone for this. Nobody can top Benedict Cumberbatch as Sherlock Holmes. Kim Chae-won. Is Kim Chae-won from a web? Oh wait, no. There's also Itzy's Yuna.
Oh.
Searching them up on Google, I can understand why they'd say they're super cute. They really give off that vibes actually, especially for someone K girl group. Itzy's Yuna also as the youngest. Okay. How about? I think there's a few left to dissect, but there's once a person that submitted Harry Styles or any member of One Direction. But they started it off really interestingly with, and I quote, "When I was younger, I really wanted to get kidnapped or adopted by Harry Styles or any member of One Direction. Wattpad was my life back then. It's sort of funny to look back on how I would try to dress not like other girls, too, thinking that maybe they would notice me in the crowd and sweep me off my feet. As I grow older, I realized I still do love Harry Styles."
When I read that first sentence, I was encroached with primal instinctive fear. I feel like that's one of the peak Wattpad moments.
It is. As someone who actually was a directioner before they disbanded.
Oh yeah.
My goodness. The cover art of those fan fictions, like Harry Styles with tattoos, or like when he didn't even have tattoos before, the Photoshop tattoos and the piercings, and then the story would be like bad boy Harry meets very good girl MC, and most of them were like YN stories. My goodness. Nostalgia trip on this one. I know this as an anime and also as a rhythm game. Uta no Prince-sama Reiji
Rhythm
Kotobuki.
game. That's
Yes,
that's
I
different.
think it's a rhythm game. So let's dig in. So Reiji is the optimum choice for me as he is legitimately husband material. He's very cute, kind, selfless, and all around a great person to be with, so dating him would be one of the best decisions I would have made if he was real, lol. He knows how to make people smile and laugh, comfort them when they're down, and would definitely be your biggest supporter. Him being a kind gentleman and his down-to-earth personality would honestly help me a lot, and I know he would always cheer me up when I feel down. He also knows how to make some really good bentos or boxed lunches, so I don't think I'll have to worry about what to make because I'm really indecisive when it comes to food. Same. And he drives a nice car. Road trips with him would be amazing, and picnic dates even more so because of his food.
Aww.
But the way Anand described it, it definitely feels green flag. I'm gonna search up Reiji.
I mean,
TLDR, agree.
of course. It has Howl vibes, like Howl from
Free food.
Castle. Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't come up. How?
No, I mean,
Oh yeah.
oh man, no. Guys.
Oh, there you are. My goodness, how Ghibli movies, Ghibli films. Okay, since we're on the topic of Ghibli, I think Haku from Spirited Away is definitely one that can definitely sweep you off your feet. I think out of all of the male leads of Ghibli films, I think Haku is my favorite. Do you guys have a favorite Ghibli film?
Spirited Away, because to this day do not understand the ending. I was like, wow,
oh my god,
that was amazing. What was that?
If I remember correctly, diba they said that to not look back. Is that what you're confused with?
No,
Spirited Away.
just not the message, just the whole what happened in the ending.
The way Chihiro, or wait, is it Chihiro or Sen? Forgot.
Either or. Then again, I haven't
yeah.
watched it in a while. I should actually just rewatch
I think
it.
Sen is the word correct, but yeah. Like what part? Which part? Or if you can remember.
Can't remember now.
Kaya pa.
I can only
Nothing's coming
remember. That's fine. I can only remember because I sinearch ko rin yung meaning ng ending because I didn't understand it at first. I didn't understand the whole get the setup of Haku's character as like a personification of a river. I didn't know he was a personification until like I searched it up. But yeah, that's one way of interpreting like Japanese folklore. It's really a great take on that. But yeah. So I guess, are there any other characters that we might have missed? I can see one. It's a very mainstream character.
Who?
Near the end. Percy Jackson from the PJO series. Or Liam Stewart, Darkest Mind series. Mega Green Flag Boys. Understanding would do anything for you, prioritizes the very important matters before me. I ain't an attention seeker, unlike some other characters I know, and are the ideal standard that has wrecked my standards for in real life people.
Oh my.
Understandable. I haven't gotten into the PJO series, like I didn't continue reading it, but I think does any of you read it in full or
Just the movies.
yeah, just the movie?
I mean, I have the whole collection with me.
Perko Best.
That's a friends to lovers trope. That was no, actually, that was an enemies to lovers trope that went
And
really well. That's how you do it, boys. Not don't abuse your partner. I don't know why I have to say that, but you know.
A poor execution of enemies to lovers would have been Kylo Ren and Rey in Star Wars. Then again, that's just a ship. I hope.
I hope so too. Alright. Once again, the views and opinions of the hosts and resource persons do not represent those of the organization and the university stakeholders. This has been Dear Penny. I am Jana. Here with me are my co-hosts Nicole and our special guest speaker Julian. And thank you so much for listening. We'll see you in the next episode.